spoken. Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light.
Are you gonna move so I can film? Okay, we can share it. We can share it. Or not. Rude. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see, today's video is here. So the reason I chose to change my area of filming is because it's a different kind of video today. It's not really a tutorial. It's not me kind of dictating what you need to do for the next 20 minutes. This is a chilled out conversation about skincare. So I was like, no, I'm gonna be chilled out. I'm gonna be in my little cozy corner. And actually this is where I keep all my skincare products. My skincare products are literally down here next to me on the floor in baskets. So I was like, perfect. The only problem is I'm so far away. Even when I sit up, I'm a bit like, shit, have I gone too chilled? So the point of today's video is acid-based skincare. Now, if you're not that knowledgeable about acid-based skincare, it's basically your AHAs, your BHAs, which is like glycolic acid, salicylic acid. Even I'm going to touch a little bit on retinols, but not so much on retinols because I'm going to show you one bad boy, but that's it. I know I've mentioned previously I'm now using a prescription strength retinol, but I don't want to speak about that just yet because it's not really been a sufficient amount of time for me to be like, this is it. This really is the miracle product, because I know that's what a lot of people are saying at the moment, and I'm just like, I'm going to make my own choices. And obviously a lot of the reviews are coming from a more mature skin type, and I'm not a seriously mature skin type, but then obviously a lot of people wish that they started it at my age. So when it comes to making that video, I want it to be like the real deal. I want to know fully how it's affected my skin, what the transition was like, what's going on, and if it was worth the pain, basically. So today I'm focusing very much just on the acids that I just previously mentioned. The reason that I chose to do this video is not only because I think acids and retinols are getting really quite hyped up, rightly so though, 100% they're amazing, because I really do think there's a lot more talk about them now than there has been. That's not the only reason. Is because actually I have finally kind of worked out a skincare routine that's actually really fucking good. Basically, it makes me feel really good because obviously I like to think I can see the difference in my skin, but what makes the massive difference is that people around me can see the difference in my skin, and they're like, oh my god, you know, you're doing something really right. So I thought I'd come here today and just explain everything and just get that out of the way. So I also feel hypocritical because I've actually sat down today to do it, and I've actually literally had one of the worst breakouts I've had in a long time. But the reason being, if you follow me on Instagram, you will have recently seen that I was just in Vienna for the weekend, and I basically cannot handle aeroplanes. I cannot handle the dehydration, and my skin just cannot handle it. Literally, I was on the flight to Vienna for what, 2 hours, and it's like, ding! I literally get on the plane, beautiful skin, get off the plane, shit skin. It's unbelievable. So, excuse that. Please don't think I'm a hypocrite, because I'm actually not. It's just fucking easy drip. So that is the point of today's video. The one thing I'm gonna obviously mention is this is my experience of acids, and it's my experience of this skincare and this skincare regime. Okay, this works for me. It can't always possibly work for everyone. So I just want to make you aware that just because this is working for me, it does not mean that it's going to work for you. I think it's a great thing to try, and I think it's a great thing to maybe incorporate, but I don't think if you're brand new to acids for you just to go boom and buy everything that I've shown you here today and just start doing it the way I do. No. Acids are really serious, and you can actually really damage your skin, and don't even get me started on the itchiness, okay? The itchiness is a killer. So please proceed with caution. The best advice, the best advice I will ever give you is that if you're actually dealing with quite a serious skincare problem, whether that's acne, rosacea, dermatitis, anything like that, just pay the money and go see a dermatologist. Don't watch YouTube videos. I felt that really went quite deep for a second. I don't mean to be so deep or so in your face about that. I just think it's true. Okay, so, and before we go on to the actual video, I will tell you how this is gonna work. So the first thing I'm gonna explain to you is my routine, just so you can get an idea of what I do. And then I will go in and explain all the acids. And I've also got 2 products that I use when my skin does get a little bit irritated and not giving myself a rest day, because I think when you're using acids and retinols and whatever, you really do need to give your skin a break and some nourishment. So other than that, I'm done. I have nothing more to say. Please go watch the video and please enjoy it. Now also, if you have any questions about product you see here today or the way I use it, please just ask. I'm more than happy to answer and tell you. Go and enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm so ready for this. Are we ready? Yes. Okay, so first thing is first is my routine. My skincare routine is super strict, but the most strictest part of my routine is washing my face, because you guys know how much makeup I use on a daily basis. So nighttime routine, I literally triple cleanse, and when I mean triple cleanse, I take my makeup off with makeup wipes, and then I use my Emma Hardy, die-hard Emma Hardy fan. I could not live without this in my life. So I then wash my face with this, take it off with a muslin cloth, and then I go in the shower, and then I exfoliate. That's what I mean by triple cleanse. Makeup wipes, face wash, exfoliator. Hope you get that. I always do that, and I always leave the products on for about a minute. So when I put this on, I am actually not in the shower yet. I kind of just put this on, and then I get undressed and I faff around, and then I get in the shower and wash it off. So it's sat on my skin for like a good couple of minutes, and it's the same with this. Always leave it on. And yes, I do exfoliate every day, twice a day. I use my harsher exfoliator in the evening to try and get all the shit off my face. And there is a lot of shit on my face, trust me. I know a lot of people swear by just makeup wipes, but I'm sorry, I just can't handle it when people go, oh, all I use is makeup wipes. I'm just like, oh. If you're one of those people that swears by makeup wipes, tell me why I can use like 4 makeup wipes to get all my stuff off my face, and I still get makeup on my muslin cloth. Because it's not off my face. Just don't, okay? Just don't. Just wash your damn face. Okay, so morning time. I go in with the Emma Hardy in the mornings to wash all my products off from the night before. I think that's pretty obvious. And again, the muslin cloth. And then I use this. Now, you're going to have to excuse me. De Mamiel Botaniques. I don't know. Anyway, it's this, okay? No, this is not a cheap exfoliator. I'm really sorry that I'm showing you this, because I think this is like £30. But this is a brightening, cleanse and exfoliate powder. So it's like a powder that you put like a teaspoon into your hand, and then you mix with some water, and then you put it on your face. And it also doubles up as a mask. Anyway, this is just the holy grail of my daily exfoliator, because it's not as harsh as my St. Ives, and I can use it in the morning because the products I use, yes, my skin does start to flake off, and I do need to exfoliate in the morning. It does not look good with makeup, okay? It looks rank as anything. Okay, done. I just wanted to explain my face washing rules, because if all else fails, I will do that, okay? I will do that every day without fail, no matter how drunk I am. You can ask my boyfriend. I've got that shit on my face, even if I can't even stand up. Alright, now I'm going to go and get into the acids now, because I do use acids every night, and I use acids every day time 2. And my moisturizer is nothing new on this channel, because you guys know my moisturizer. So I'm going to start with my toner. So again, this is no stranger on my channel. This is indeed the Pixie Glow Tonic with 5% glycolic acid. I love this because I told you recently about the fact that I'm using retinol and acid. Your skin does start to flake off. That is the point of it. It's not as bad as I'm making it sound though. Your face literally doesn't peel off. It's not like a chemical peel or anything like that, but you will notice, especially around here, I don't know why. I'm not the only one that says that. That's quite a common thing, is for it to start peeling here. That's why I exfoliate every day, and then I go in with this just to get the remnants off. This just is such a trooper. I love this shit. And again, my moisturizer again is no stranger to this channel. This is the Alpha H 24-hour moisture repair cream. Now, I don't think I've ever explained this to you guys. I think this is my third one, you know, and I'm really sorry for talking about this because again, it's really expensive. I think this is like 50 quid. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But this has got, I don't know what the percentage actually, because Cult Beauty is not telling me the actual percentage of glycolic or lactic acid in it. So yes, I use my acids during the day too. So the thing that I'm going to show you next is obviously just comes naturally next in my routine and what I'm doing, but this, I need to make this like a bigger thing than just show you this product because it's so important, is an SPF. Now, if you ever start using acids, retinol, vitamin C, lactic, glycolic, salicylic, blah, 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 please, 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 please just wear an SPF on your face every day. No matter if it's cloudy or not, I don't care. Just wear a high SPF on your face because your skin is going to be way more sensitive to the sun more than normal with using acids. So I use an SPF of 50. Now this in itself is a moisturizer. This is the Paulas Choice Resist Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid, but the point of it is obviously it's got an SPF of 50. Now a lot of people always assume that your foundation, because a lot of foundations have SPFs. However, you need to actually use quite a high quantity of physical products to get the coverage that you need. So please do not rely on your foundation alone. And no, just because you use a little bit of this and then a little bit of your foundation, it does not combine to make a higher physical factor. So that's why I think when I showed you this in one video, which I'm going to assume is the summer skin one because that would make logical sense, I use quite a lot of product. And that's because they say to use at least a teaspoon of SPF. So get one that soaks in very well. You don't have to get this one. There are so many on the market, so I'm not going to go into it that much. You don't need an expensive one. There are some really, really, really good cheaper versions now available, so the choice is yours. Okay, so that's done. That's literally my day. Okay, I will always do that during the day. I'm going to show you two products now that I actually don't use anymore, but this is how I started, and I think it's super important to know how to start with acids because I don't think it's a good idea for you just to jump into like the really, really high percentage acids that are out there, because you need to know, number one, you don't know how your skin's going to react to it, and secondly, you don't know how you're going to handle it because acids are not that comfortable to use. So I think that just going, well, that's a 10% one, so I'm going to use that because it's going to be more effective. Your skin's not going to be too happy with you. I think you need to build up a tolerance to these kinds of things. That's what I did. I can only speak for myself. I don't know if my skin would have been happy just to go boom with 10%. Who knows? I just did it slowly and calmly so I didn't do any damage or hurt myself. So the first product that I want to show you, which is beautiful anyway, and that is the Alpha H Liquid Gold, the rose one. Now I know this says limited edition, but I don't think it's limited edition. You can still buy it. Anyway, the point of this one is because it's got botanics and as well as moisture binding ingredients, Liquid Gold Rose offers an instant weightless hydration while still possessing the unparalleled resurfacing and smoothing effects of the classic rose gold formula. Now, the classic gold formula, sorry, liquid gold formula. Now, this is a lot less, I don't want to say less effective, it's just not as harsh as the actual liquid gold. This is beautiful, and I 100% agree that it is so much more moisturizing than this one. When anyone ever asks me where to start, I always say this one because of its other ingredients. It's very nourishing. It's got anti-inflammatory ingredients in it as well, so you're not going to shock your skin to shit with this. So obviously the second product, which I think is like the next step up in acid based kind of skincare, is obviously the Alpha H Liquid Gold. This is, I think, a 5% glycolic acid. I want to say 5%, but it's not telling me online. Yeah. So this has got a percentage of 5% of glycolic acid. So again, the next step up is 100% this one. And I agree with Alpha H when they say to start off by using it on a cotton wool pad and putting that over your skin, and then once your skin has kind of worked up to it, then going straight in and just throwing it on your face like I do. Please, if you're going to take anything away from this video on your kind of start to your acid kind of skincare, if that's your choice and you found this because you're researching it, please start with these two, because these are absolutely fantastic. And it was these products that completely and utterly got me hooked on the acid-based skincare stuff, okay? It's not that those products stop working. I think those are fantastic. My skin just got used to it. So when I say used to it, I have baby soft skin consistently with those products. However, I wanted to up my game. So now for the products that I actually use. So the first one up is Paulas Choice. Now this is called the Resist Weekly Resurfacing Treatment. Now this is a 10% AHA with glycolic acid. It looks like this. Now, I know that says a weekly one. I actually use it like 3 times a week. I'm really sorry, but I did start off by using it 1 time a week with a cotton wool pad. I read the instructions, blah, blah. Now, when I say I up my game from those, this is obviously pretty self-explanatory. This is obviously 10% when that's only 5%, so I did double in percentage of glycolic acid. And the results have been absolutely amazing. I have never had such good skin as I have now. The hardest person to ever kind of be nice to me about my skin is actually my mum. I know that sounds really bad, but she would always just tell me the truth. Like, I feel like some friends or my boyfriend, for example, would be like, no, your skin's fine. When I know it's not fine, it looks awful, and I've had either a bad reaction or a bad breakout. I'm not stupid. But when I went home, I think in March, my mum was like, shit, your skin. I was like, shit, you're saying my skin is good. Probably for the first time since I like turned 20, which is a freaking long time ago. Which is when my problem started, by the way. So I knew from that moment on that I have definitely finally found something that actually works, now that my mother finally agrees. So, best product ever. The second product that I always use, because obviously I do suffer from breakouts, and unfortunately I think that's one of the things that I have just had to kind of come to terms with. I did make it through my whole teenage years without having a spot. I used to sleep in my makeup and all sorts of shit. I tell the story more in depth on how I beat acne in one of those videos. But basically, in a nutshell, I feel like I got the implant and woke up the next day and my skin was just fucking awful. And when I say fucking awful, I mean it was really fucking awful. I still deal with the scars from it today. So, unfortunately, my hormonal breakouts, which come every month, is just something I think I'm going to have to just accept. I also use salicylic acid, and again the one that I chose was Paulas Choice, and this is the Skin Perfecting 2% BHA liquid, which is a salicylic acid. It looks something like this. Now this helps with blackheads, because I do suffer with blackheads because clearly I've got oily skin, and also it doesn't prevent breakouts, unfortunately there's no such thing, but it helps to keep them in check. This is the first kind of salicylic acid that I've used in something that I leave on my skin. Obviously all my face washes have always contained salicylic acid and benzol peroxide, you know what I'm talking about. Now this says apply once or twice daily after cleaning and thingy. Now I don't use this in the daytime unless I'm seriously breaking out, like now. I have used that today and it's under my makeup, so you can use it under the day, but again, because it's an acid, please do not forget your SPF. But I do use this every night without fail, because this shit works, basically. On to my next product. This is not an every night thing, this is more of a resurfacing thing. And again, when you are going to mix acids, please just be careful. For example, this I think is brilliant, and I use this once a week, if that. Sometimes it's like every 7 days. I don't have a strict kind of like, okay, so Monday I'm using this, Tuesday I use this. No, I use my products like on a rolling basis, because sometimes obviously with my days off change, so I will never use a retinol when I'm working. I'll always use it coming to the end of my week so I can basically peel when I'm not working and don't have to wear makeup. So when I say once a week, it's like once in a 7-day situation. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. Anyway, so the next product up is The Ordinary. Now this is the vitamin C suspension, 23%, HA spheres, 2%. I don't know what that means, okay? Sorry. So now this, please do not use this in conjunction with the other acids because your face will burn. Made that mistake, it was very stupid, and it hurt like hell. Now this is fantastic. So basically I will use this if I'm not going to have much sleep that night, for example, and I know I'm going to look like shit in the morning, because this has a really amazing brightening effect on the skin. I don't know how or why, it just does. And the value for money is unfreaking believable. You know how much I love The Ordinary. I'm not, just don't get me started. This is obviously a vitamin C, which is also an acid. But please be careful when using this, because it's very, this is actually really strong, but it's amazing. So yeah, if you're going to buy this and you've never used acids or vitamin C, just go slowly. If you need to wash it off, wash it off. My friend who's got quite sensitive skin, she uses this, and what she does is she doesn't leave it on all night. She'll leave it on for like an hour, wash it off and put moisturizer on, and then go to bed. So you can use it in like a masking treatment way instead of leaving it on like I do all night. Now the next product I'm going to show you is actually a mask. Again, I use this in like a weekly, running like an every 7-day thing, but I will use this on a night where I've not used my glycolic acid the night before, if that makes sense, because it's just too much, right? And I'm going to admit that I have used this and I've just had to go wash it off. I can't even wait about 10 minutes because that's all you need to put it on. This is The Ordinary, and this is the AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution. 10-minute facial, pH of 3.6. I haven't got a clue what that means. So basically this is how it is, because I do know the difference. I do know the difference between BHAs and AHAs. I'm not going to go into it though, just Google it. So this has got 30% alpha hydroxyl acids in it, which is glycolic, lactic, tartaric and citric, which is what I've just showed you. It looks like a horror film when you put this on your face. But this is probably one of the best acid-based products I have ever found. This is an amazing product if you want some serious chemical exfoliation. The only thing I will say, if you are a hardcore acid user like I am, you really need to be careful with using this. And if you've never used acids, please be careful with using this. I know it says a 10-minute facial, but you do not have to wait 10 minutes. If it starts burning, please just wash it off. I won't use this when I'm in like the retinol period. I will not use this after a night of retinol. I will not use this after a night where I've used the glycolic acid. I'll use this after a night where I always put the salicylic acid on, but I don't feel like this irritates my skin after that. And I do not use it after I've used the vitamin C the night before. Okay? I use this after a calming, nourishing night. Just be careful. Next product up is something that I don't use anymore because I use prescription strength retinol, but I've got to talk about this product because I cannot talk to you about all these products and say how much of an amazing difference it's made to my skin without talking about this guy, because this guy is just utterly unbelievable, and I'm not the only one to sit here and say how unbelievable this product is. This is the Ordinary Advanced Retinoid of 2%. Which is a stable emulsion of next generation forms of retinoid. If you are not aware of what a retinoid or retinol is, it's basically the grade A gold standard of anti-aging skincare. It's basically the only thing that's been scientifically proven to work. It helps fade fine lines and wrinkles, sunspots, sun damage. When you get older, our skin basically produces less and less collagen as we get older. So what retinoid does, it activates that and gives them a little nudge and tells them to keep doing it the way it should be doing. If you're interested in retinol, I'm not going to talk about that here, but please just go and Google it. There is some really good channels that I learned a lot from. The only one that I'm going to mention, but there are loads out there, is Nadine Baggot. She is so knowledgeable about all the science behind it and everything like that. So please just go and give her a look. and she explains everything about retinoids. Now this is a very low percent of retinoid, and I do know that The Ordinary have now brought out more versions of this, but I can't talk about them because I've never used them, and I actually haven't even looked into using them because I'm using a prescription one now. The one thing you'll see everywhere about retinoids is that it irritates your skin. You have to push through that kind of, not irritation, but itchy stage. There is zero irritation to this, and this is the lowest percentage that they do, the 2%, because I do believe I saw 5% on there recently. But anyway, if you're going to start on your retinol journey, sorry, this is an amazing place to start. Oh, amazing. I want to show you two products that I use on my off days. When I say give myself a break, I will obviously always continue to wash my face and everything like that, but I mean, I won't use my glycolic acid, I will not use the salicylic acid, I will not use any kind of mask, I won't use anything. And when my skin is feeling super sensitive as well, my first go-to is this one, which is the First Aid Beauty, and it is the Ultra Repair Cream. Again, you guys would have seen this. Now this is bad. This works so unbelievably well when it comes to sensitive skin. It's incredible. Now with the retinoids, because I start to peel, and with the acids, there's just nothing like it. I've never found a cream that's so instantaneously hydrating. I will always kind of insist that when you're starting with acids, or however far along you are with acids, give yourself give your skin like one night off a week. I just think after one night of this, one night of this, one night of this, one night of this, then you use a one night off with a really, really heavily thick moisturizer. Your skin will be thankful. The other thing that I always use, which again I know you guys have seen on my channel, is rosehip oil. This is just the one that I got from Amazon. Again, this is really beautiful for skin which is a little bit aggy, and you just want it to calm down. Rosehip oil I find really, really, really calms my skin down if I've gone too hard, which I have done. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm clever and intelligent enough to read the labels, because sometimes I don't read the labels, or I do read the labels and go pfft. Anyway, I have done that, and I have made mistakes, and I have hurt my skin. So, coming from someone with experience, just read the label. More importantly, what I have learned is try and listen to your skin more, and don't push through something because you think it's gonna have a better effect or a higher effect, because it won't. You're just gonna end up hurting yourself, and it's not worth it. It really is not worth it. It hurts. With all my products in front of me and all that up there, I kind of feel like a psycho. But it's one of the best decisions I've made for my skin so far. I thought I should just share it with you, because I think right now retinoids and acids are getting a lot more attention than they have done in the past, and I think the more knowledge the better, basically. And also, if you're like me, I like to hear about someone's personal experience than, let's say, listening to marketing companies, for example. I like to go on personal recommendations instead of an advert, because of course they're going to say it's the best product ever. So that is it from me, but most importantly, I will want to say one thing. Obviously I'm going to list all the products down below. I'll also list Nadine Baggot. I'm going to list some of the places where I got my information from, because I also think it's very important to do your own research too. That's it from me today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, if you would like to see more and have enjoyed what you have seen here today, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.